Well, US President Barack Obama is shuffling his national security team. UN Ambassador Susan Rice will become the new National Security Adviser. She replaces Tom Donilon, who is retiring. Rice became a lightning rod for Republican criticism, you might recall, for her talk show explanation of what happened in the attack on the US compound in Benghazi, Libya, back in September.
President Barack Obama walks to the podium with two longtime and close aides, officially giving them two of the most prominent positions on his foreign policy team. Current ambassador to the United Nations, Susan Rice, named his National Security Adviser. He wanted her to be Secretary of State, but failed because her initial comments about the reasons for the consulate attack in Benghazi were wrong. The new position likely to anger her many Republican critics because they can't stop it. This job doesn't need Senate confirmation.
And I look forward to continuing to serve on your national security team to keep our nation strong and safe.
And Obama has picked former Harvard professor Samantha Power to be the new UN ambassador. Power is a human rights advocate. She was a member of the White House National Security Council until February.
I'm very, very proud to have had the privilege of working with Tom. Very proud that I'll continue to have the privilege of working with Samantha and with Susan.
Susan Rice, ambassador to the UN for the last 4 years, now taking over as the President's National Security Advisor.
I think everybody understands Susan is a fierce champion for justice and human dignity, but she's also mindful that we have to exercise our power wisely and deliberately.
Samantha Power, replacing Rice at the UN, has been an influential behind-the-scenes advisor in the West Wing as part of the President's National Security Council.
She knows the UN's strengths, she knows its weaknesses, she knows that American interests are advanced when we can rally the world to our side, and she knows that we have to stand up for the things that we believe in.
Both come with a long list of impressive credentials. Rice, a Harvard graduate and Rhodes Scholar with a Ph.D. from Oxford. In the late 90s, she served as Assistant Secretary of State in the Clinton administration. Samantha Power is a human rights expert and Pulitzer Prize-winning author. She's also the mother of 2 young children.
We have a critical role to play in insisting that the institution meet the necessities of our time. It can do so only with American leadership.
Confident and brash, both women have had their run-ins with official Washington. Most recently, Rice found herself at the center of the Benghazi political firestorm as Republicans tried to make her the fall woman for the president. Power, in 2008, briefly had to leave the president's side after she was quoted calling Obama's then chief political rival, Hillary Clinton, a monster. Neither incident shook the president's confidence in either woman, as both ended up with key roles in the first term. Now the 2 women have the titles to match their influence.